We've spent a lot of time recently in the past several videos talking about the Fed, and I have mentioned Apple earnings are short on Apple, etc., but I feel like I've neglected it. So today we're just going to focus on earnings because you know where I stand on the Fed. I think they're being hawkish. I think the market is mispricing what the Fed's going to do. Powell's talking next week. I assume there's going to be other Fed speak next week and probably a lot of it. And next week is going to be a very interesting week, and we might take another leg lower. This is a euphoric move right here. It's crazy. And I just want to say, I get it. Some of you might be making decisions based on these videos. I expect that. I honestly encourage you to do so. And I understand when things don't go as planned that it can be very painful. And believe me, I'm not outside of this pain. Everything I talk about reflects my positioning. And not only do I have my positioning, I have my client's positioning, which is my main source of income. So I've got my career, I've got my income, and I've got my personal wealth all in these videos. I'm 100% truthful in what I believe to be the case. And my intention is not to lead you down the wrong path or to, give you something that I'm not 100% or at least confident in. I share what I truly believe. I spend hours and hours every single day, 4 years doing this. And this is the best that I can provide to you. So without further ado, let's get into a quick earnings roundup. We're doing this with no notes today. We're going to try and get on those earnings calls very shortly, get some more details that we can share with you tomorrow. But these companies are priced for growth. They're at tremendously high multiples, in many instances higher than historical averages. Apple is typically a 14 to 16 multiple. It's currently 24. They're having quite a big contraction here. These multiples would be justified if the companies would be expected to grow at 20 or 30%, something like that. But not only are they not growing, they're contracting. So we've talked, as I said, we've talked a lot about the Fed. Now we're talking about the other side of the economy, or the other side of the picture for stocks, the other side of the coin, and that's earnings. And earnings are contracting. You might see an instance of a beat here and an instance of a beat here, but my read on earnings season is earnings are coming in weak and they're getting weaker and earnings are going to contract. And at the end of the day, this is the most important thing for stocks. PE ratios, pricing stocks relative to the earnings. And if earnings are going down, stocks should definitely go down, especially when the stock's PEs have premiums to where they should be because they're expecting to price in higher earnings in the future. This takes us back to the Fed for a second. Two things the Fed said yesterday. One, balance sheet reduction, going to continue as planned, and it's going to be substantial. That means less money supply. That should mean less earnings for the foreseeable future. Honestly, that's how it works. If you take money out of the pie gets smaller. That's how it works. So that is not an impact to ignore. The money supply is going to contract. Companies are going to have to do sales of price to make sales. And it's going to be a different environment. It's going to be different than the last 2 years for sure. Definitely for sure. It's going to be a contracting, recessionary type environment. The Fed, I forget the other thing I was going to say. I lost my train of thought there. I wish I could have notes today or go back in the video and get a better picture, but stocks are expensive, earnings are declining, and the other thing the Fed said, that the worst impacts of the tightening are yet to be felt. So monetary policy operates with a lag, it's painful, and the harshest effects are ahead of us. So take all these into consideration when deciding to buy stocks today. Getting long, doing this type of thing, getting long type of thing. In my opinion, it's not the move. It's better to be defensive in cash or betting on the downside when the market is being irrational like today. Again, as I said earlier, obviously I have experienced a lot of pain. Maybe some of you guys have experienced some pain. We're always learning. Even me, I'm always learning. And there's an old adage, just like don't fight the Fed. Another one is, the market can remain irrational longer than you can remain solvent. So, something I'm learning again. Not that I'm insolvent, but the market can remain irrational longer than you can remain solvent. So that's just the way it is. That's today's video. Time to get on these earnings. You heard it here. You know what to think, or at least what I think, and you can make your own decision. But that's today's video. And until next time, peace out.